Hi there, and welcome to the Cedric Harris Show. I am your host, Cedric Harris, and over here is our co-host, Rhys Meatyard.
Hello.
And today, Rhys invited one of their friends over here. I think we had another lightning strike, as is customary in this area.
It is Florida after all.
Anyway, you invited one of our friends here, or one of your friends.
Yes.
So why don't you introduce your friend that you brought here to my house? Thanks.
Well, thanks for having me, Cedric. I appreciate it, buddy. I know you're not the biggest fan, so...
No, I don't like this guy at all. I really don't.
I don't blame him. A lot of people don't, you know.
Well, your friend...
Truths often collide in...
I forget who your friend is. There was some lady who was talking crap about me. Do you remember who that was?
Maybe there was a few.
There's some lady.
You have
the talent of pissing people off like I do.
There was some lady, and she was saying I was stupid and childish. It was during the pink building fiasco.
Sure. Yeah, that thing.
And she was like, "You're a jerk," and she was saying all these really mean things about how I'm a jerk and I'm stupid and I'm childish. And you were like, "Yes, he is."
Was I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It may have seemed so at the time.
I'll try to look it up.
I'll try to look at you in a better light.
Okay. We'll
give this a whirl here.
I will try to be more supportive of your...
So you're burying the hatchet?
So soon? I don't know.
I don't care one way or another. I'm here to see you.
Okay. Hi. How are you? And I never introduced you. So for anybody who somehow doesn't know who this is the uncompromising Derek Donnelly.
The incomparable.
I've been called a lot of things. Thanks for having me. Seriously. Yeah.
I was telling somebody the story earlier about how you got the art thug name from Creative Loafing. I thought that was
that was the Brennan Bruns saga, I think.
Yes, yes. Yeah. I believe that was.
That was 27, almost 10 years. We're coming up on 10-year anniversary of that. Yeah, Art Thug. So Creative Loafing had it was like an honorary award that they made, I guess, just for me.
Yes.
And gave it to me for the 2017 Creative Loafing Best of the Bay.
Yes.
I didn't at first when I went, I thought it would be something. I was working in the schools a lot back then and doing some different, I thought it'd be community engagement or best artist, public muralist, whatever. And they didn't call me up on stage and give me this, nice speech or, anything like that. And at the end, it's like, hey guys, just come up, grab your certificate out of the box here. And I grabbed it, it said Art Thug, and I was, I don't know, kind of annoyed and
then you leaned into
about it. Well, I did after. So they responded. I put up a big post about it, and then Creative Loafing. Back then, they responded to my critique of it, and said again how it was a complimentary thing. So yeah, I like getting hot-headed back then. I don't not as much anymore, but
you're still a little hot-headed.
Yeah, it's passion.
Yes, exactly.
It burns and where my ginger soul would be.
See, that's what you two.
That's why we don't get along.
Yeah.
No, it's conflicting. Things.
I was thinking for framing, just like since we're on if you just like scoot like there.
I'll get away from you a little bit. Just tell me.
Yeah. Well,
he just wants you further away from him. Is what it is.
Probably stink too. I've been painting today.
Well, and the's nothing wrong with smelling like
I'm
paint.
Gonna stink up your couch.
I know after you huff it for a while, you get kind of desensitized to the smell. You art types.
Yeah.
I'm not an artist.
I disagree.
No, I'm not.
I've seen your work.
I don't do art. I don't like art. Hate art. It's terrible.
I think you're an artistic person though.
I do think you're art. And I liked. Okay, so let's let me set this up for people who haven't seen the show before, because I'm sure they watched like 5 seconds of it and then they kept scrolling.
Because I'm on here.
No, I mean the other shows. They saw me and just kept scrolling. So the idea of the show is we like to talk to people from St. Pete or Pinellas County or both, and ask them, get to know about them for the first half of the show. So the first half of the show, we get to know the guests. We want to get to know you, even though I don't like you. We want to get to know you anyway, because that's my job to get to know you. And then the last half of the show, we want your perspective on St. Pete, Pinellas County, current events, the mayoral election, Ken Welch, Ken Welch's personal life, his dating life.
Charlie Christ. Yes. No, all the things.
So I guess to start off, and if you have any photos that you can share with us of your work, so we can show people what your work looks like, that would be cool. So I guess maybe just start us at the beginning, and tell us how you got into this and why you're still doing it and things like that.
Born and raised Pinellas County, born at Bayfront baby. Pinellas Park. Born and raised house in Pinellas Park, little 3-bedroom house with my parents and still together, bless them. And
wow, that's
my younger twin brothers, Tim and Dylan. So they're 3 years younger than me. Yeah, they're 40 now. Started doing art at a young age, kind of a typical story, always in trouble in the back of the class, sketching when I should be doing my work. Ended up going to Gibbs High School, Pinellas County Center for the Arts. Cool. Very lucky to have that as a foundation for what I eventually turned into a career locally here. Always really into anything creative, never played music, but very into music, different genres, different things, different, even visual arts with drawing, sculpting, you name it. So went to small technical design school over in Tampa back in the early 2000s, about 20 years ago. And 2010, I started kind of immersing myself into downtown St. Petersburg, starting to bloom little art scene. I feel like there was a kind of a global renaissance of art, murals, a lot of stuff happening, in early 2000 to, 2010. And St. Pete was starting to really, really get into that, 2010, 2012-ish. So started down there, just kind of started painting in front of restaurants and bars with late great friend and mentor Bill Wu, who I always mention, Aurelius artist Jennifer Chanley, markets with Rhys, and all hundreds and hundreds of amazing creative professionals, culminating together. So that was again 2010. I started going down there, and I've been doing murals full time and professionally since 2012.
So is there a really popular piece that people in the area would recognize and they go, oh, that guy?
There's a few different ones. Some of them are a little older now. So, 10, 12 years old, some of them. Any of the dinosaurs, a lot of the sea turtles, a lot of that kind of stuff you could recognize as mine, I'd say, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, so I've been doing it 15 years. As of 6 years ago, I became a father. Amazing little boy sire. Thank you.
That's cool.
Yeah. Awesome little guys into all the Spider-Man and Ninja Turtles and all the awesome little boy stuff now. So, a lot of fun with him now. And, just commercial muralists, living, working, St. Pete, Florida. Keep it going. Yeah.
How much better are your murals than the Vitale brothers?
We've always been pretty, he's the John father, John Vitale. And Paul is one of my biggest inspirations, I think. Both of them combined. They're amazing. No,
so I don't like them either.
Right, I'm sure.
Should I have them on the program?
You should definitely have John on the program. Yeah.
Okay,
Paul's residing in Texas.
Do you think we could pull that off? Do you think we could make that happen?
Yeah. Probably.
Even if I was really abusive to him? Yeah.
Maybe. You've been nice to me so far, so
no. Well, don't tell
you've
people
really
that.
gone soft.
I won't.
Honestly, I was expecting more.
It's just, I feel like he's holding back a little bit.
Absolutely,
he's gonna rip in a little bit, but it's fine either way.
Waiting for the other shoe to drop here. Okay, so we will at some point, probably right now, put up some pictures of your work if you will be so kind as to share them in the post production. Yeah, just wave your hand and we'll put it up there. There you go. Right. And so you when did you realize, I know this is a boring question, but I have to ask some of the boring questions. When did you realize that you had like an artistic eye where you could, because I realized at a young age that I didn't. I remember trying to draw like other kids did because I was obsessed with cartoons, Disney cartoons, Warner Brothers cartoons. I remember the first time I saw Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and I wanted to be a cartoonist. I wanted to be, and I just realized I will never be able to do this, and I quit. So when did you realize that this is something that you could actually do professionally?
Well, I mean, you know, I was always gassed up by family even when I was little, you know, and I guess, you know, maybe I was, you know, pretty good for my age or whatever at certain times, but I was always surrounded by supportive people. So that led to, you know, once I'm, you know, 10 years old or so, I'm really, you know, drawing a lot of my favorite comic books, old Spawn comic books, and even some of my favorite baseball players from baseball cards and stuff. That's when I started with like trying to draw faces and portraiture and stuff. Right. Drawing, you know, all my favorite baseball players, and growing up around here, as no baseball was pretty big in the 80s and 90s. So all the spring training games, things like that. So I love drawing that kind of stuff. I'd say, you know, definitely, you know, middle school, once I realized I wasn't any good at athletics, and I wasn't, it definitely by, I'd say, end of elementary school, middle school, probably.
Cool.
Yeah, it felt like, you know, at least people would tell me that's what I would do one day. And then I wasted a lot of time after high school. Like I said, I went to amazing high school and art program there at Gibbs, but I wasted almost 9 years after high school not doing it. Again, I went to college and learned some computer sciences and stuff, but it took me a while to gain enough life experience to apply to my professional life or something where I wanted to pursue my own dreams like that. I just never really wanted to work for somebody else.
Yeah.
Again, so
I feel like living in St. Pete, this is a bad place to have a job where you have to punch a clock and look outside and see all the people walking their designer poodles and think that could be me. But instead I'm in here in this drab office setting, you know?
No, and I've seen, you know, opportunities and maybe a little bit of a, you know, hole in the market where I felt like I could maybe fit in there, you know.
It was a really interesting time.
Talents to, it
was a really interesting time. And I didn't realize actually that like I moved back down here in 2011. So it was like really around the time that I met you was really when you were getting started and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like back then, I don't think that anybody really realized that it was going to become anything like this.
We were all hoping and wishing and, you know, wanted it to become, we wanted people to come, you know, I had a small shop. So fast forward to early 2012, I opened a small gallery called St. Paint Arts and Apparel, originally on the 600 block, 600 block in downtown St. Pete. And we just wanted to get people in the door, maybe sell a few paintings. And, you know, the cost of living around here was,
it was so cheap.
I mean, I had a shop on the 600 block. It was only 600 square feet, but it was only like $550 a month.
Oh yeah.
And,
it was possible to do things like that back then.
Yeah, I had an apartment, you know, a little mother-in-law suite in Euclid for $650. So, you know, my bills were like $1,500 a month. Different times. But, you know, so I started with that and we were just trying to get people in the door. And we would have never imagined, though, to the point that it would have turned into what it has now.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Careful what you wish for.
That's how I feel about it too. Because when I was a kid, I remember I used to think, man, I wish St. Pete could be like New York. I wish that. No, I did when I was a kid. I was like,
that was a real monkey's paw moment there.
This is bull crap. Like, why is it we can't get any respect? All my friends, they would go to Ybor to party. They'd go to Tampa, and I'd be like, why don't you party in St. Pete? They'd be like,
I mean, to be honest, there wasn't anything to fucking do here.
No,
there was. I mean,
which resulted in a lot of, you know, I know a lot of our generation, like, we got in a lot of trouble. You know? And I mean, between the partying and, you know, drugs or, you know, doing, selling, whatever, like it was just a swampy paradise. But if you grow up here with no money, you don't, I don't know, like, and for me, again, I grew up Pinellas Park and we weren't poor, but we weren't well off in any means or, you know, lower middle class, I'll say.
Yeah.
And, you know, right up the road in Seminole, and no shade there, but, you know, these kids are going out on their dad's boat every weekend. And, you know, shit like that. And I just don't, I've never had that. So when we were, you know, growing up, like it was a lot of just running around the neighborhood, getting into trouble and shit, you know?
That's what we did
resulted in, you know, so there being more to do here now. And I don't know, generations are different, things are different now, but
I don't know. My kids don't go out at all.
Right. It's kind of, and it was the culture and the whole, society as a whole. I mean, everyone was partying, going to clubs. And I mean, part of it was the age, right? But it was also early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's a silver lining there where there's more stuff to do. So less boredom.
Hopefully.
Yeah. But there has to be a balance, right? We have to find.
Yeah. Well, and the bad part is like, we were talking earlier about how I refuse to leave, and you were saying that you also refuse to leave. So many people are leaving. It's like, we're not going to have any interesting people left if we all leave.
I know. A lot of left.
Yeah.
A lot of even the integral people in the art scene and stuff.
I know.
Frank Strunks in Maryland. And
Yep.
Though it seems like they always come back. Some
Frank's of them have come back.
You're going to be back, Frank. I hope you see this.
Well, we've gone to some going away parties for people who came back.
Yeah.
And sometimes going away parties where they actually never leave happens. Sometimes.
Yes.
I've done that a couple times.
I don't feel like I have much of a choice. Again, I don't know anything else other than Central Pinellas County, South Pinellas County is my world. Like I don't, outside of, major natural disaster or something, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
Well, and you've worked so hard here to make a reputation for yourself. If you pick up and go somewhere else, it's like starting over,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd have to really make an impression in different ways.
Yes.
A whole nother city. I don't have the energy for that.
No, who does? I piss off a whole new group of people.
No,
I mean, that's a lot of work.
That might be a good point for us to sort of transition the topic here a little bit. So you're like a controversial figure or something? Is that?
I've always been since I started, with the art in downtown the past, 16 years that I've been fortunate enough to be part of it. It's all I ever knew. And again, I was well on my way to jail or prison or something. If I didn't change something in my life, I fully immersed myself into my art and trying to, make something happen in St. Pete. And eventually, again, by 2010, with, some of my friends I had met, Aurelius Artist and Jen Chanley and Chainsaw Chuck Majewski and a few different people. And again, that drive to make something happen really made me passionate about it when I'm, spending every waking moment trying to make something out of nothing with that. And that result, along with, again, having a chip on my shoulder about whatever it was, I don't even remember. There was some different controversies with my opinions, on certain topics, usually surrounding, to be fair, the art scene and or the way I feel like creatives in this town are appreciated or taken advantage of in some ways sometimes, or
there's a lot of that.
There always is and going to be,
always.
And there still is. And
well, do you know Mo Suleiman, whatever you pronounce it? Okay. I think I can talk about this. Hopefully I can. Well, too bad. I met with him a while back and he was working on a story about the 600 block and about how the sort of artist and the, just that community that was sort of the hipster community that was thriving there kind of got a bait and switch on the 600 block. And I don't know if he's going to finish that story. I hope he does finish that story, but
it seems like he works on a lot of different projects. Yeah,
he's a busy dude. He's a busy dude.
I mean, it's what happens though. It's art washing 101. It's going to be, they make it affordable, undesired or underutilized place or block or part of the city or whatever. Bring in creatives, they make it fun and eclectic and open little boutiques and art shops and galleries and coffee shops and
then get rid of them.
Unless there's a real connection between leadership in a municipality and that neighborhood or that culture itself, it's going to get used, abused, and pulled out from under them eventually. It just is going to happen. It's such a capitalistic society. It's
tale as old as time. It happens everywhere.
Yeah. So, but then again, on the other end of the coin, we're not easy to deal with. we're emotional wrecks.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Don't tell our secrets.
It's like, so, and even back on the 600 block days, like how much I pissed off Gary Burnside, my old landlord. Like he evicted me 4 different times. We're like because we were weed smoke going out the back, and there's, it's just a CBGB of the little art shops on 600 block.
Yeah.
And it was chaos sometimes. So like we weren't technically good tenants. I mean, we brought a lot of attention and got a lot of articles. Like in retrospect, you can look and be like, well, they made a long-term impact on the block, but along with, again, everyone else, Vitalis and Chad and everybody, but horse, everyone, God, it was cool back then.
Well, it's funny because I remember in that time people were saying that St. Pete was going to be the next Miami, but they didn't mean for the condos and all that. They meant because Miami has this art scene there.
The Wynwood thing. Yeah.
And they were like, oh, St. Pete's going to have the next Miami art scene. And then we turned into Miami, luxury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very
designer
Lauderdale.
Poodles.
St. Lauderdale.
St. Lauderdale. Yeah. So, okay. So we're now at about the halfway point, a little over halfway, but that's fine. Cause I got a slow start here. That's my fault. What do you think? Let's transition to the St. Pete side of this. So like, what are your feelings about St. Pete? So obviously, I think I can imagine like Rhys and I love St. Pete. As I said on the last episode, we love St. Pete, but we're very critical. We're always complaining about things, nitpicking. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on the current state of affairs in St. Petersburg?
Well, again, Rhys has known me a lot of years, and if you remember, Derek many years ago would have also been on there critiquing the things, and I still do sometimes, but I'm not as outspoken with, and honestly, I don't want to say I don't care. I don't think I care to have a public opinion as much as I used to. I used to like want that and want people to know how I felt, and I don't really give a shit anymore. I'll do it here with you guys, but I don't really care like anymore about that.
Well, I'm not trying to coax anything out of you that you don't want to say.
That being said,
I'm not trying to hurt your bottom line.
I think I think it's I think St. Pete's in a good place. Again, it's a yin and yang, a good place, but man, some things are messed up, and it can't always be the same.
I've accepted that. There's part of me that forgets that I'm 41 years old, and I forget that. I still think I'm in my 20s, and I forget, when I do Uber and I pick up these 20-year-old kids, and there's this disconnect where I forget that we're the same age. And when I'm thinking about, they'll talk about their parents or something, and I'm imagining that their parents are like boomers or something. And I'm like, oh wait, no, I'm not a kid anymore.
No, they're 38. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. There's definitely a lot of things that I would change if I had, 3 wishes for it. But, I don't know, like also make the change, that's what bothers me the most.
Michael
I think
Jackson.
Well, there's a lot of critiquing, and like I was making we'll segue into it, on all the pink building stuff, we're, neck and neck on all that.
Oh, which I hated you for.
I know.
I hated you, and I still do.
A lot of people did, and do. And I hope you forgive me.
It's so funny. I don't even remember. I don't even remember who. I don't even remember. No, it's fine. It's fine. I don't remember who it was, but a couple different people where I was like, who is this guy? And they're like, oh, he's at it again. I'm like, I'm going to get him. I'm going to go get that
St.
guy.
Pete troll, notorious. Yeah. I just crawled out from under my bridge for it. Yeah.
I was like, this guy's an asshole. I hate him so much.
But there was so much critiquing and so much like these just citizens and God, we love them because they're our fans and the people that hopefully were or whatever.
Well, they were until now.
Everyone telling us what we should be doing as like just to pull the ego out, as John Vitale, as Derek Donnelly, as Dreamweaver, as like some of the notable Tampa Bay artists, like them critiquing what we're doing either culturally or to make a dollar or whatever. And there was other artists that had, opposing opinions about it.
You can say it. It's all right. I disagreed with you.
No, there's a lot. There was quite a few. I remember you not totally agreeing with it, but you weren't mean about it either.
No, I mean, I generally
some like people I call friends were a little mean about it.
Well, look, I understand everybody's got to earn a crust,
right?
And like this is a terrible time to be trying to make ends meet, and I get that.
Yeah,
the
narrative of though it was interesting because like it was all of a sudden we're painting for a religious group, like, which wasn't, I don't know. And I don't know that I care. Like, I care any bad seed of any group of people makes those people look like a piece of shit. Like, I don't like that. Right. For anybody. But I'll say this, like, those folks were really awesome to us. They hired John Vitale. We all got paid a few bucks. We had fun. There was camaraderie. It felt like old St. Pete in a way, because we're all, a lot of artists together painting and having fun and, eating food and breaking bread and stuff. So, and
it was a lot of exposure for everyone involved. Sure. I will say that.
And I won't say,
I copped some exposure off it. Yeah,
it was, but I mean, the times that we're in, the shit's just what it takes to make something happen sometimes. And
right on.
There, do I, is there a part of me like wishes like I could pick and choose? Like, sure. Like, but I couldn't.
All right. So I'm going to beep this out because I like beeping things out, but I'm going to say it here in the room, but it's going to be beeped out. And I promise, Rhys, that I wouldn't say that. I'm not saying this but when you say religious group, or I'm beeping this, you're talking about this.
Right.
Okay. That's beeped out, but just wanted to know that. So
and not even, I know there's conflicting opinions on all that.
Well, technically
it's just anything like that. So I'm going to beep to me this anyway. Almost any religion. Like I'm
going to beep this out too.
Faith with the nature and
you
the
weren't
world,
exactly doing business with the. No, it was this company that's like
that had affiliation,
sort of affiliated.
Right. And apparently, I don't know. Again,
and everybody came down and rained hellfire on you.
We got PTSD too from Clearwater. Like what happened there.
Yeah.
Like we fucking all hate that, right? Like
absolutely.
So I don't blame anybody for having those opinions about it. But yeah, I don't know. Like again, we had some of our own friends just like, bashing us. Like, dude, I'm sorry. And you know what, asshole? If you were invited to come do this, you probably would have too, at least a couple of them.
Bloody at times. It was,
well, again, those narratives get amplified and twisted a little bit, and it becomes, this whole, what do you stand for? If you don't, I got called, and fuck this guy.
That's probably what I did.
Eat this dessert first or something. That guy, the owner, I hope he sees this. He's a dick. I forget it might be Scott or something.
This is what I wanted.
Okay.
Let's go.
Fuck that guy. He accused me of being like a baby eater, supporting baby eaters over that whole thing. Like,
what?
Commented that. It was like, on the whole, like it was their account. It was at the business account too. I snapshot it somewhere, but I don't care. I'm not going to share it.
That was an escalation.
Yeah. It was just... like, well, you piece of shit. How dare you support those people and like, baby eaters. I'm like, come on, man.
I painted a building out here.
Yeah, I just painted some damn goldfish, dude. Yeah. But it gets that nutty sometimes with people, and I don't know, kudos for people having passion, but don't let the emotion overrule your intelligence,
Can we so we got a little bit of time left here. Can we get you to talk smack about anyone else? Public figures.
I don't really.
Anybody?
I don't have that many beefs nowadays.
You want me to talk some crap about somebody? Who should I talk crap? Who do I not like, Rhys? You know me pretty well. Who do I not like?
I have systemic issues. It's not a whole lot of one person in a certain group. A lot of things are broken, and locally, nationally, everywhere, globally. But no, I don't have. And anyone that knows me, knows my history, knows I would say if I did, but I don't really have any beef with anybody that I'd want to out them, or anybody that would deserve to be named.
Okay.
Except for that dessert guy.
Except for the dessert
fuck that guy.
Yeah, no. They call me a baby eater and a scumbag and whatever for painting a building.
And I mean, I did disagree with you at the time, and it really wasn't even you. It was just the organization that was behind it.
Well, so some of us who are like super protective of St. Pete, we're sort of like, you're either with us or you're against us.
No, and I've been like that. That's what I mean. I've been a lot, I guess the past couple of years, I'm a lot more, maybe it's just Stockholm syndrome. St. Pete Stockholm syndrome. Maybe that's it. I don't want to say I don't care, but I kind of just don't. I can't stop them putting a tower in there, and I wouldn't anyway because those things were termite infested.
I think I said this when we were talking on the phone one time. I said that for enough money, if it was or it was one of these developers or whoever it was, if they gave me, let's say it could even be a low six figures, I would retire the St. Pete Raising page, and I would stop talking about development. I would just bow out. If they give me a low, and this is, if you're watching in the low six figures, I will retire and never talk. I will never shut my mouth about St. Pete ever again. So I can be bought. I just want to put that out there.
Just, I don't know, treating us like we're, painting for Al Qaeda was goofy. It was just, but again, it's make the impact where and when you can, in my opinion. If there's nothing we could do, the best thing we could do, I think it's better that developers are spending some money on us than not. And I'd say that whether I was a muralist or not. Like, I think it's neat that, these people threw some money, whether they're getting some PR and some, in the city of the arts creating.
Rhys, do you agree with that?
That's probably why I'm not more successful.
Oh, well,
because I can't do it. I just can't do. You know what? My day job, I deal with like rich people and like entitled, stupid people who their only talent is having money. You can't
say that.
Their only talent is having money, and I just in my art stuff, I can't deal with it. And don't ever if you don't have to. Right? Like I'll say that because and I recognize that's a privilege.
The gift and the curse of what I do is like, this is full time. And like now I have a kid, like I don't even know what, other than ego, why the hell I did it before. But like, that's all only reason I do it now. And only reason like I care and don't care and all of that.
Is ego?
No, it's because of my kid
that's
now.
why I do anything.
Well, I used to. Now it's not really there. I don't.
So you've reached a state of Zen like Rhys has, where you have like a Zen sort of thing going on?
I don't know. It's ascending. It's there's an ascension.
Is this the end of the controversial Derek era?
No, it's just I need to go after bigger fish, I think, right?
Yeah, definitely. There's some people out there that need stick it to them, Right.
So no, I don't know, man.
What I'd like to know is
I'm not that angry anymore. I'll be honest. Like, if you remember, I was even, a lot skinnier. I think I was just hangry all the time. I was just like Joe Pesci in a Snickers commercial. Yeah. On the same page. Yeah. Got it. No, I think we're headed in a decent direction for considering, all the development and everything else, and the people. Again, they're not to be cliche or corny, but we're the ones that are going to make things cool or not, and be able to have the talents to, talk some of these folks with the resources to
be the change you want to see.
Sure.
Totally. Exactly. And I mean, that's a lot of what I talk about. I can't change the world, but I can change the things that I can touch. Right. And, that's the best good I can do.
Right. Now we're just, local artists. Like, it's what is our job other than to like inspire the community a little bit?
Yeah.
Take care of our family and friends and do what we can, that's
help the normies remember that things are possible.
Sure.
Honestly.
Yeah. It's a fun job. It's tough, but, I don't know how much I would change about it.
No, I agree with
you. More money, typical stuff that anyone would say, but, the full-time thing makes it different though.
Yeah.
Where you are kind of, I don't know, you don't have the luxury all the time to pick and choose certain things. So if I got to do a sign painting job, which I'll do, and even, could be therapeutics in there painting a sign and just very sometimes, but
I like typography.
Yeah. A lot of times I don't know.
What do you think about the guy
or something,
What do you think about the guy who does all the signs, the hand painted signs? You know that guy?
Leo. Probably. Well, there's Leo Gomez.
He's the one who does all the hearts and the love and the peace, and he puts the signs up all over. They did a thing about
the happiness guy.
The happiness.
Yeah. I don't know him personally. No, I think that's neat. Yeah.
Okay.
He's been doing that for years.
Just a random thought. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. You see those signs of happiness, and they're up high on the telephone
so you can't take them down.
Yeah, it's good. No, it's amazing. We need.
I stole one of his signs. It's in there somewhere.
We need 10 more of those guys around.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
Honestly.
All right. So we try to keep this brief. So before we have two questions that we close the show out with. But first, is there anything you want to say? Like, if you want to run with it for a minute, like, is there anything you want to use this? Because people do watch, I guess.
Sure.
I think 1,000 people watched a whole 1,000 watched the last one.
That's cool.
As they scrolled by for like 5 seconds.
No, again, my only thing I even know a little bit about is, the art scene and art in St. Pete. So I don't know if anyone ever needs anything,
that's a good idea.
Things
How
like that.
do they contact you? How can they contact you to request your services?
email, phone, website, Facebook, Instagram.
Just look
Twitter,
you up on Facebook.
LinkedIn.
I'll put your name and your stuff on the bottom.
I've got an account
here.
on everything pretty much. So
Cool.
yeah, you can find me there. saintpaintarts.com is my
and you'll
website.
work for anybody.
No. Well, I mean, I work for people.
You'll work for anybody.
I will work for it. Yes.
You'll work for
just about.
No.
As long as they eat babies. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. No.
Cool. Great.
No, I will. I'll say, I'll definitely. No, and I will work for a lot. I do work for a lot of different types of folks. I think that's what's neat. Growing up here too is we were in such a cultural soup growing up, being a place where everyone vacations or eventually moves to. That
yep.
Or
I was
eventually
fortunate
dies.
enough to be able to. Yeah, I was fortunate enough to grow up with all kinds of different people and cultures, around me. So I
agree.
I think that makes us unique.
And that okay, so that
and able to communicate with different people. Not speak, Vietnamese or anything, but I'm able to.
Because my neighbors
really.
Xin Chao.
No, I'd love to go for dinner though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, we're able to communicate with a lot of different people. Have you ever
been to that pho party? Have you been to the
pho
party?
I know Ty though. Ty Swank, puts that together, right? The
I don't like him either.
I don't either. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Ty. No, I love Ty. Ty was a staple in this whole little scene.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, he's
what is he?
He's a good guy.
We're
all just
what's his
goofballs
deal?
online, and we talk trash. Or again, I used to, not as much anymore.
No, you're very moderated. You're very moderate and kind of milquetoast.
So much
now.
Energy goes into that shit. Like I was getting flashbacks when we were dealing with the Pink Building fiasco, and just spending 20 minutes wording something to a fucking stranger, like just so they hear your point. Like I just you get a pat. I think but you're also doing this St. Pete raising thing and doing a cool satirical type of approach to the St. Pete development thing, and I think it's great, man. I think it's amazing. I think you need to lean into it all the way, and just not that you haven't, but keep going, keep leaning into it, and I'm a fan.
All right, well, that's very kind. I don't deal with compliments well, so say something mean. Say something really nasty, really rude, hurtful, condescending, gutting.
No, I can't do
traumatic,
it. I'm sorry, buddy.
All right. Well, you tried.
I can't.
At least you disappointed me, which is good.
That's all I've ever wanted to do for you.
All right, so let's do the serious ending. Well, first of all, Rhys.
I'm sorry, is there another question?
Well, no, okay. We got two questions. Okay. We're going to close with first. Rhys, do you want to absolve him of his sins with the what do you call that? The
participation trophy.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
God, these are getting thrown around everywhere nowadays.
Yeah, they are.
You can keep that.
Yeah, you can. Take it home.
Wow.
Pride of place. Wow. Next to your castle Grayskull.
I got proof I participated.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So now a serious question. I'm being, a surly dumbass here, but the serious question. Yes, the serious question that we ask everybody. We have two questions, and it's the first one is, what is your favorite memory of being in St. Petersburg? What's your favorite St. Pete memory? Is there like a time that sticks out where it was just like, really, it's in your heart, gives you good feels?
I must have been 6 or 7 years old. Old inverted pyramid pier. 4th of July. Walking, almost sunset. Mom, little brothers who just toddlers at the time. Going to see my dad, who worked out back at the bar, Alessi's at the pier. So, yeah, when I think of like old St. Pete, that's probably the number one memory for me.
Such a great place to go. Like as a kid,
cool.
man.
Yeah.
I got lucky. This mural I'm working on right now, over at 524th Street North, in case anyone wants to go check it out. All old school St. Pete. These the Chambers Law Group. Chambers guys are like third.
Is that the one that has the big numbers on the side?
No, it's about a block south of there.
Okay, gotcha.
Right before the bank that's on the corner of 5th Ave and 4th Street.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, almost right across the street from that little store, that little bodega thing.
Got it.
Yeah, but I painted the old pier at the top of that one.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah, it's all very.
I look forward to seeing
they're like 4th generation St. Pete. Those guys, so they wanted something that was very nostalgic of yesteryear. So.
I'll have to go down and check it out.
Yeah, please do.
Okay, and then finally, this is the trick question, sort of is. what's your worst, least favorite St. Pete memory? That's
goodness.
Just like terrible, horrible. You don't even want to talk about it. Least favorite St. Pete memory.
Does it have to be within the city limits of St. Pete?
No, I'll accept anything in the greater metropolitan area.
Right. The greater metropolitan area. Oh my God. I'd say just more of an era. And for me, it was probably right before I started getting into the art and everything in 2000. I'd say 2007 to 2009. That era for me was the worst. Again, a lot of troubles, personal life and legal life and things, scary. And that was that whole, just any moment from that era was pretty rough. Great times too. There were some great times.
Oh, but, I don't doubt it.
Yeah, very skin of my teeth with some stuff. So yeah, that's all we'll say.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on. Do you think, are you worried that people will either like you more or less now, or you just don't care?
No, I don't really care.
Don't care.
No,
well, that's
I don't
good.
care.
That's a good attitude to have.
That's important.
I hope people like me because I want to like everybody else. But even if even if they don't, and and for the record, the differences I've had with most people around town, I've been a dick, and I do apologize publicly to anyone I've ever offended online in the St. Pete area. Especially you, Cedric Harris.
This is such a cop-out.
Right.
It's such a cop-out.
Well, this is what Derek does.
I wanted you on so that you would talk.
This is what Derek does. He reels you in and then, screws you over.
Good to know.
The truth is, I don't, no. The only thing I care about is, again, my family, and on the St. Pete art scene level, how we're treated and supported as creative professionals or aspiring creative professionals or wherever your spot is in that world. Been lucky enough to be part of the Shine Festival this will be the second year. That's we'll have a whole second episode with me about that whole saga, but over the years, and great people, forum organizers and everything, but we have a nice group of people now that are collectively, working towards bringing this festival to life this year. Last year they brought me in and it was only like 45 days, but I say all this because I finally, happy with a position where I'm able to implement at least a small amount of change and be able to elevate and celebrate stuff that is, the people that are truly local and able to give it that spin that of my perspective and my experiences. So again, both Shine festivals I've been part of, great, awesome people with the Arts Alliance, and again, hats off to all the forum organizers too, because they really did an amazing job over the years bringing attention to it and making it, a big deal. So I'm just happy for full circle moments here in St. Pete. I'm now able to, again, make a living. There's not a lot of other nonsense going on. Try to keep it out and, try to help other people reach, a professional level too, if they're aspiring to that. So
that's cool.
Younger folks working towards being muralists. And
is there anything really cooler than that, than getting to encourage younger people?
No, I just spent like a day up in Safety Harbor I think it was last week, with some teens at like a little art camp there, mural camp. No, it's amazing. And those kids wanted to be there too. Yeah. So it was, really
well, isn't it weird now that we're getting old that the younger people are like, oh, I look up to you. And you're like, how?
Yeah.
You're like, not
weird.
Me.
Right. That are some of the ones I know, my friends' kids, or, people that, they bring their kids by the murals back in the day, 10, 12 years ago. And, all these kids are in their 20s now. It's, or whatever, it's funny. I'll run into them at the grocery store or something every once in a while. And people just, who are you? Oh, wow. Hi. James, you were 6 last time I seen you. But yeah, thank you guys. It was,
of course, it was a pleasure. Rhys, do you have anything before we wrap?
No, I think I talked a bit this time. So
good. That was my critique of last episode. I was like, you need to talk more.
Yes. And I feel like I did. So.
Good.
Sure.
Yay.
I think,
I'm satisfied.
Yeah,
well, cool. Derek, thank you for coming into
of course.
My humble home here.
Thanks for the participation trophy. And
of course.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
You got it.
Thanks for not hating me.
I will continue to pretend to hate you online for the foreseeable future.
No, but that's fun, and we'll get you more clicks and get,
let's do it.
Everything.
Let's do it. I'm all about it. All right, folks. This is Derek Donnelly, Rhys Meat Yard. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next week when our guest is going to be some other person you know. Who is it?
I don't know.
No, you said there was somebody we're going to have. It was a toss-up between that person and Derek.
Oh, Miss Crit, maybe.
Who?
Oh, Miss Crit.
Yeah.
Who's that?
That's a really special one. Laura Spencer.
Oh, okay.
Amazing artist, and
she's an amazing artist and an amazing person. I mean, one of my favorite people really in the art community.
She's got that torch.
Do you do better than her? Do you is your work better?
No.
Is it? No, your work is better, isn't it?
No.
Is your work better than Rhys?
No.
Sure.
No,
come on, man. Come on.
I'm not better than anybody. I'm not. I do my style, and Rhys does.
If I did murals, I would do better.
See, this is why you don't get it, because the only real competition that I'm in is with myself.
With yourself.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's the only person I'm competing with.
Which is hard enough, right?
I don't
Absolutely.
understand. I can't understand
demons,
that.
brother.
Terrible.
Demons. Wrestling demons.
Honestly.
All right, well, join us next time with Laura, I guess, and Derek will come back in a few weeks to update us on the latest ways he's been selling out to the art community. I'm kidding. We'll beep that out too.
Oh, fake it till you make it, folks.
Thank you so much. He's actually a nice guy. I really do like him. I'm just pretending not to. So it's a gimmick,
keep it going.
folks.
We'll keep it going.
For the people who don't watch the show, we'll keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. It's the Cedric Harris Show. Ta-ta for now. Bye-bye.